Hello, hi there, dear Geminis. Hope that you are all well. My name is Bella, and most people know me as Bella, the Secret Psychic. This is your love horoscope for June 2019. Welcome to my channel. If you'd like to know more about me and my services, all the links are just down below. I do love to hear from you, so do comment and do share as we go through this reading. So Geminis, interesting one. I mean, I think this is slightly a specific reading, Geminis, to a particular set of you. So, and sometimes this happens because if you're watching me for the first time, I do work with the help of my spirit guides. I'm a psychic, so I'm not a tarot reader. And sometimes I do like to focus on the main issue that may be bugging some Geminis, others in compared to others. If you don't fit this criteria, all it means is good news. It means that you just run through this month carefree, challenge free, with not much changing. That could be a bad or good thing. It depends. But if you are in this situation where there is a triangle going on, and it could be one where you're actively participating into a relationship, or you're the person that's a victim of your partner being with somebody else, or you are not cheating, but somebody else has come into your peripheral view and you're like, oh God, I feel for that person. What do I do? Do I stay? Do I stick around? Whatever combination that is, this will apply to you. All right. So maybe you're single, the other person that you like is with somebody else, and you want to know would they be with you. This applies to you. But it does feel a bit sticky. So you just need to be aware of this. And I really hope I can explain this well. Basically, my guides are saying you have a little bit of a dilemma this month where you 100% have to choose. And choosing will make you feel incredibly uncomfortable because it does mean having to disappoint somebody. It does mean having to hurt somebody. And I say hurt, I don't mean like you deliberately trying to hurt them, but inevitably in these kind of situations, when somebody has to make a choice, somebody gets disappointed and hurt. But they are putting the emphasis that it is you that has to choose in this situation. Now, I don't quite know how that figures out if you're the one where the other person is, maybe your partner is cheating, but maybe the choice is that you have to choose about whether you give them a second chance or not. But whatever it is, you are in a dilemma, and it does not feel easy. It feels like you're trying to break a cycle in something. So a pattern that's continuously repeated either in that specific relationship or in your love life specifically, that maybe every time you get with somebody they're always cheating, or maybe you get with somebody then you always then go for somebody else. Like whatever the cycle is that keeps repeating, there is something that keeps repeating that in this month the dilemma is the challenge of you being able to break that once and for all, clearly, cleanly, everything. But I have to say, you all feel uncomfortable with making the decision because I don't know, and mainly it stems from you being too nice, maybe you being, wanting to try and do it when nobody gets hurt, or you maybe you want both things and you can't, and you're being forced into a position where you really do have to make a choice, meaning that you'll miss out on something not being in your life. Whatever the sticky situation is, it feels like a dilemma. And I'm trying to think if I can give you an example of a dilemma. I guess an example could be that perhaps you have a soulmate, let's say, that you never seem to be available when they are. And so when you're single, they're not. And then when they become single, you're not. But there is this bond maybe that's there. And then one day you are with somebody and then you find out that person's single, they come forward and they're fed up of waiting now. They just want you to make a choice because they're single. And maybe it's really important because actually if your answer is no, it's not that they're going to just wait for the next opportunity, that perhaps they're moving to Mongolia because of that, because they're like, what's the point of me hanging around here when I can just go off and lead a different life? So it's quite the pressure that is put on you, Geminis, to make a decision to take a risk a little bit, to make a choice, because you could be with somebody where it's fine right now and you're just like, could I take a risk on with that person when we've never really quite got together and I don't know if it will work, whereas the relationship I'm in now seems to be working quite well. But then if I don't say yes to them, they're going to go to Mongolia. That's the kind of dilemma, pressure example I want to give you, where you're just like, it's now or never. And I can't tell you what choice you're going to make, because for some of you it will be now and some of you it will be never. But a choice is forced on you to break the cycle. So with that example, if you were to say, no, go to Mongolia, I can't take the risk, I don't want to upset that other person, and we'll just have to trust fate that if we're meant to be, we're meant to be, that person then would go to Mongolia, the cycle would be broken, and you would never see them again. That's how clear it is. It's not like, oh, maybe it will happen again. It is a conclusive, this is going to happen. You've got to make a choice. If you don't, this will happen. You're going to see it like a fork in a road, two pathways energetically that spiritually and contractually you've decided at this point to make a choice on. And whatever choice you make leads you down this reality, if you want to go into that kind of thinking. You can't jump back over the fence. You can't go into Mongolia, because they'll probably go to Mongolia, find themselves a nice Mongolian man or woman, and end of. There won't be no way back in. So the dilemma and the pressure is significant in this month. Usually I do a week by week, but I can't really with this one because it could play out for some of you at the beginning of the month, it could play at the end of the month, but whatever it is, you have a dilemma. So my guides are asking you to ask yourself some key things to help you with your decision. They're asking you to be truly honest with yourself about what's going to make you happy, even if it means upsetting other people, even if it means taking a big risk. Will also the decision bring you peace? Will also help you with your decision. Those two factors are the key thing. And authenticity, being authentic with your choice and not doing things because other people expect you to or that you should be doing it. Do what you want. They're almost saying you have one life. We have more than one, but in terms of this life, you have one life, one set of circumstances. Do you energetically want to keep facing sort of cycles that are not healthy for you? Like, they're just saying, be authentic. You have one opportunity, take it. So I hate to impress a sense of urgency on you in this month around this, but it is important. You know, they're saying this applies for soulmates, this applies for twin flames, this applies for new relationships, this applies for existing long-term relationships, but where there's a triangle of some kind, of whatever variation there is, you have a dilemma. One or the other. Sometimes I would say there's a third option by being single, but in this case, it's very much one or the other, and you have to choose in whatever your personal circumstances are, and whatever choice you make is final. So it's an important choice. And I guess my guides, and I would agree with them, wouldn't want you to make a choice that makes you the martyr in this, that you are somehow sacrificing your happiness just because you thought it was the right thing to do and not because it's what you wanted. Think about it. You got to live with this for the rest of your life. So I know that was a bit deep, Geminis, but I never know how these are going to come out, and this seems to be your dilemma this month. You have a dilemma. Think about it, make a choice, make a decision, and all will be well. The dust will settle, the pain will go, but your decision will last, possibly forever. And I really hope that helps.